Díomh Harja agus fáilte go Park Luchas a armagh-gaa don na clichas seo gríomh muinneoir rin a trí idir Doirnin gorum agus and Maghery. Good evening or good afternoon, I should say, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Athletic Grounds in Armagh for this minor championship, Division 3 championship final between Doirnin Blues and Maghery. And I suppose just to confirm before the match, I should inform viewers that the Doirnin Blues, that's an amalgamation between the Cullaville team in South Armagh and their fairly close neighbours, though not necessarily the next club over, Forkhill. And Paddy, understand that Doirnin Blues have had the better of Maghery so far this season, so they'll be hoping that continues. But hopefully we'll have a good entertaining game here as the curtain raiser of the junior final. Yeah,
we should do. The two teams should be fairly well matched. I know that they've got the better of them on two occasions, but you know, if they know anything or they do anything, they'll probably put their mistakes to the side and they'll try and correct them and hopefully get it right today and try and get one over on them.
Great opportunity, of course, isn't this, Paddy, for players from perhaps smaller clubs. I know Maghery or senior team at adult level, but it's a great opportunity for these lads to play in the home at armagh-gaa, isn't it?
Oh, it is surely. It's always a great achievement to run out in your county ground, especially the athletic grounds, and the way it is now at the minute, you know, it's always brilliant to get playing on it.
And we'll just run quickly through the teams. I'll start with Maghery. Number 1 in goals is Oran Robinson, 2 Kieran Higgins, 3 Dara McConville, 4 Neil McConville, 5 Mark McCrory, 6 John Mackle, 7 Michael Fox, number 8 Daniel Higgins, number 9 Lee McConville, Neil Shea Gimmerch, number 10 he's not playing Lee McConville, number 10 will be Brendan Haverin. Number 11 James May, Neil Shea Gimmerch, he won't be starting. Number 12 Ronan Tennyson starts. Number 13 Paul McConville starts. Number 14 Michael Gallagher. And the final player, number 17 Owen Fox, starts as the 13th man for Maghery. As of course there's 13 aside at this level, folks. And starting for the Doirnin Blues, the Cullaville Forkhill selection, number 1 Gavin Maghery. Number 2 in the full-back line, the two-man full-back line will be Tiernan Thornton, and number 4 Padraig McGuigan, number 5 Cathal Armstrong, 6 Fergal Traynor, 7 Michael Rogers, 8 Conor McCoy, Neil Shea Gimmerch. 8 Conor McCoy does not start, and he's replaced by Everfiha at 3, number 23 Faker Healy, number 9 Shea Gregory, number 10 is Shane Carraher, 11 Shea Coleman, 12 PJ McCann, 13 Cormac Toner, and 15 Johnny Conlon. So those are the teams, folks, and we're not too far away. Referee Ruin McKinstry of St Paul's will get us underway within the next couple of minutes. And certainly, Paddy, we understand that it's a Forkhill Cullaville side with plenty of experience in this competition from last year.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they've any amount of experience. That I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, you know, on the panel from last year. So they'll be a fairly old side, you know, as regards minor goes. So yeah, they should have plenty of experience in that in the setup today.
And so certainly something to look forward to. And of course, folks, you know, don't suppose this is very much the appetizer before the main feast, and that certainly will be something for us to dine out on at 4 p.m. on Armagh TV. We have Armagh playing Clonmore in the junior championship final. It's the 2 Division 2 teams. Armagh, the side will be playing senior football next year, but they'll want to wave goodbye to the junior ranks with a championship victory, and that's certainly, and they're playing their nearest and dearest, as they say. Clonmore with two local derbies coming up on Armagh TV this week and next week, and Paddy, certainly the Clonmore one's very much to look forward to, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be an interesting game now. I know Clonmore had a comprehensive win over Killeavy in the last round, so they'll have their tails up. They'll try and repeat that performance again, and hopefully, well, if they do, they'll be fully confident of beating Armagh. But you know, it's going to be a tough game, as you say, local derby, championship final, anything can happen.
Yeah, and I mean the minor teams here, they're just in the sort of the now traditional pre-match huddle. I should of course point out that there's a change in colours, certainly for the Maghery team. Maghery in the very unusual colours for them of white and with some red trim. And the Doirnin Blues side, they're playing in the Fork Hill jerseys, the green and red of Mayo, as the Saw Doctors once sang. So certainly a little change. I suspect that might have been perhaps shades of a former amalgamation there on the Maghery side. Those white jerseys, Paddy, we suspect.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they got them from. They're actually very like a Tyrone jersey, just as you're standing looking at the bar, the hunky dory's crest in the front of them, but they're very much like the Tyrone jersey.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not far from the Tyrone border there up in Maghery, but I'm fairly sure though that the red hand wasn't the inspiration for those jerseys. But perhaps we'll get a chance to speak to somebody. A bit of green trim as well on them, of course. I suspect that they're the product of an amalgamation. Of course, it's great, in these times. Paddy, it's great that teams do come together and make sure that there are 13 or 14 or 15 lads getting football on a regular basis.
Yeah, well, that's it. You need every man playing. And if you have only 7 or 8 players from your club that's at that level, you want them playing football week in, week out. So it's brilliant for them getting games week in, week out. Very
much so, and the referee looks like he's about to throw in. It's such a big occasion for these young lads. I'm sure a lot of the games that they would have played would have been very maybe only their very close friend, maybe the mother and father, maybe 20 or 30 people at them. And now look, they're playing the glorious surroundings of the athletic grounds, and the referee's throwing the game in, and it's Maghery who start here. Great fetch there from number 8, Daniel Higgins. And that ball pumped down, but looks like goalkeeper Gavin Maghery will be able to deal with that. He's chipped it out over to the far side towards Shea Coleman, and Shea's having to battle to get to that, and doing fairly well there over on the terrace side. Shakes off a challenge, passes it on. I think that's Cormac Toner. Cormac Toner, somebody who an unusual double he's trying to complete this year. Paddy, I understand he has a Division 3 league medal with Fork Hill, but we'll just not dwell on that at the moment, as the ball is Shane Carragher's after that one. But I think Shane maybe has fouled the Maghery man. No, the referee's not too quick with the whistle in the early stages. Ball's dropped down there, little scrappy here at this point, perhaps to be expected. Players are bound to be nervous, Paddy, in these surroundings. Not what they're used to. That ball's just been. I'll let you comment on that in a second. Farrell Trainer's got the free, and it'll take a wee while for them to settle out, I suspect, Paddy.
Yeah, it will be surely. Big day for them. This could be, for a lot of these players, this could be the last day that they could play in the athletic grounds. We might never get back to it again, so you want to make the best of the opportunity. And just on that, you were saying on Cormac Toner, you could just see by him there, the first ball that he got, he was stylish the way he put it off the outside of the boot into the corner.
And that's also fair. Well, it was almost quite stylish from Shane Carragher, but the ball's been dropped down and it's gone wide. It's an interesting point that you make, Paddy, but this could be their only opportunity to play at the athletic grounds. And I suspect that's very true. I suppose, unfortunately, there's too many lads that drop away after minor, and particularly maybe small clubs are able to keep them a little better, but such competition for place in senior teams. It was great that they have this occasion. It was picked up there before. I know certainly from my own career that it was the one time that I played in a final athletic grounds. It was something that I do treasure, for the rest of your life. But that's Shea Coleman, and he'll treasure that point if it goes over. But no, it's just drifted away. That was an ambitious effort, Paddy.
It was, yeah, but at least he went for it. He had the courage to take it on, and that's what you want to see. You want to see lads taking the chance, taking the opportunity, and going for it. In the first 5-10 minutes of the game.
And we're just waiting on a. I think it's quiet at this stage, perhaps as you'd expect. Very much the calm before the storm of the junior championship final between Clonmore and Alnwick. So folks, don't forget to keep on join us for that one, and get your comments in on Facebook and Twitter at armagh_gaa on the Twitter, as that ball's knocked down. But I think that number 5, Mark McCrory's going to be able to deal with that. He is, yes. McCrory's fisted it out, and Maghery come along here, and that's Michael Fox. He dropped that. Fox will be in again there. I think he was fouled. Yes. Isn't it amazing, Paddy? When we look at the we look at the names on the team sheets, and we have Fox, McConville, Tennyson. It's all the same names we've been dealing in the senior championships, and a lot of the same names are cropping up, aren't they?
Yeah, they seem to be. Well, that's the thing. Football runs down through generations, and that's what happens. It's normally if it's not always the case, but normally if the father's a good footballer, the son always turns out to be handy enough too. So
yeah, Mark McCrory, he pumped that ball long. It ended up on number 17, Owen Fox, but unfortunately Owen couldn't get the ball over the bar. The ball was kicked wide there. And Niamh Waters in Cullaville, she's tuned into Armagh TV this afternoon. She says, "Come on, Doirnin Blues." So thanks very much to Niamh for donating your £1 and joining us on Armagh TV, and we hope that you enjoy this game, and we hope you stay with us for Clonmore versus Alnwick, and that you get plenty of enjoyment out of that too. It's funny though, really, Paddy. You know, we have Maghery represented here. We also have Collaville, and they're two senior teams, and you know they're involved at Division 3 level, and then of course. Next weekend in the senior minor final, if you understand me, the Division 1 minor final, we'll have Silver Bridge, who are actually an intermediate side. So it just goes to show that the two things don't necessarily marry up. You know, the grade of your senior team and the grade of your minor side.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You see, they obviously don't have the players, so that's why they're joined up, these teams. Well, with Collaville, you know. So when you're working with small numbers and small clubs, it's hard to get the teams out. And it doesn't always necessarily translate because your team's playing in the senior football league. It doesn't mean your minor team's playing at the same level. Yeah,
Ronan Tennyson had that one there, and certainly, but it does all go well for the Silver Bridge club that they've got what seems to be an exceptional minor team, and doing exceptionally well in the early stages there. Shane Carraher. She's a strong man, the number 10 there for Forkill Collaville. That's chipped in towards, I think that was Johnny Conlon went after that one. I think Johnny Conlon was fouled there. And this will be a decent opportunity for Doirnin Blues to open the scoring, Paddy.
Yeah, this should be a relatively straightforward point. You know, straight in front of the goals, about 23 yards out, so he should be fit to tap this ball over the bar.
Yeah, Shane Carraher looks like he's going to take that. He's been involved in the build-up, and looks like he's going to have an effort at the posts. And he would be, she really probably should be putting this over, and steps up to take the kick, and the kick is good, and that's the opening score for Doirnin Blues. So we've played 5 minutes here in the athletic grounds in the Division 3 minor championship, and it's 5 minutes played, and it's 1 point to Doirnin Blues, and no score as yet to the men from Maghery.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning there too, Paddy, that I'm just looking at the flags here at the far side over beside the big screen, our new big screen. There's a wind just going that direction, heading out over the top of the big screen. For anybody who's been in the athletic grounds, you'll have seen it over the last couple of weeks. It's heading down, it's behind the Cathedral end goals, heading away from the Canars here. So
there's an opportunity now for Doirnin Blues, and that kick, and that's good, and that was from number 12, PJ McCann. So PJ has been got onto the score. So that's the first score from Clay. And so when that's added to Shane Carraher's point from a free. Excellent start now for Doirnin Blues. And at this stage, they still look like they're on course to register a third victory over Maghery. And there must be a level of confidence coursing through the veins of the young lads from Forkill and Collaville when they know they've beaten this opposition before.
Yeah, what I've noticed here, here's a chance for a.
Well cut out there, and that looked like a foul on the Maghery defender. Yes, it is.
Yeah, but I was just going to say there was you can see it, the intensity off the ball even here with Doirnin Blues. They're in their faces. They're up against them. They're touching them. They're pulling their jerseys. They're pushing them out of the road. You can see that there's maybe just that wee bit more strength in their team.
Yes, that was a good pass there from Neil McConnell as John Mackle competes for it. John Mackle has it. He's played it down here, and that was a strong challenge there. Probably a good shoulder, I think it was. But they're a strong, big physical team. This Forkill amalgamation, and here is PJ McCann. He got a point earlier. PJ is shaping well again, and he's put that wide. Yes, put that wide. But that was a good opportunity. But so some tremendous tackling in the early stages here, Paddy.
Yeah, that was a big hit there from Cahill Armstrong. I'll tell you, Paddy, I wouldn't have liked him on the receiving end of that myself. But in fairness to the wee number 10 there, he got back up and stood up again, and he actually tried to get the hit back in himself. So.
Yeah, he tried to get a little bit of early revenge, I think. But that ball's kicked out now by Oran Robinson, and that's gone to a Maghery man, and they've punted that towards the middle of the field. Don't forget, folks, it's Maghery playing in the all white strip with the red and green trim, as number 6 John Mackle has an effort there. That'll drop short, and the referee will allow that one, or sorry, not the referee, the goalkeeper rather, will allow that one to drift harmlessly over the end line. And so here we are. Doirnin Blues will kick this ball out in through Gavin Maghery. Quite enough start to this game. 8 minutes played, folks, in the Simply Fruit Division 3 minor championship final. And Doirnin Blues getting the better of this in the early stages. I'm just noting too the Doirnin Blues, they've seemed to have the management team: Martin Waters, Eugene McCrink, Barry Waters, Tommy McDonald and Hugh Carraher. And given that there's 5 managers, Paddy, and there's 13 players, it must be one of the highest ratio manager to player ratios that we've ever had in a match in the athletic grounds.
Yeah, it has to be.
And there's number 15 down there competing for it. That's Johnny Conlon. And Johnny Collins won the free. That's hit very quickly, but inaccurately so. And Darren McConville was able to get that from Maghery, and there's been a push in the back, and Maghery had the opportunity to clear. But they do clear the ball, but it's so hard to make it stick really at the minute, because Michael Rogers competed for that exceptionally well. And there, that ball's back to Fergal Trainer. And here's that man, Shane Carraher here. Carraher's possibly being fouled, but Carraher's still going. He's not stopping, and he's kicked a point, and that is a fine score. Excellent point from Shane Carraher, who has been probably the best player in the opening 9 minutes here on the athletic grounds. And really, Paddy, at this stage, it is very early. But Doirnin Blues are playing all the football.
They are. They're playing all the football at the minute. They're very, very strong. They're strong in the tackle. They're strong on the ball. And at the minute, they've played everything that's been played here so far.
That ball's pumped out there, and wonderful fetch from Cormac Toner, the senior man. He's hit it to Carraher. Carraher has it now. It's back to Toner. What can Toner do? He's laid it off unselfishly. It's a hard challenge, and the ball's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal for the Doirnin Blues. I didn't quite catch it. Not sure, Paddy, if you caught who ended up on the net, but I can tell you, I certainly caught who was involved in the build-up. It was the senior player Cormac Toner. It was Shane Carraher, and there was corner forward Johnny Conlon. He was the man who received the possession, and certainly, Paddy, when he got the opportunity, he made no mistake. He buried it.
Yeah, he did. He made absolutely no mistake with that, and it was Cormac Toner that made that score. He caught it, laid it off, took it back again, and gave the pass for the goal. Brilliant bit of play from him.
And a bit of an injury here for John Mackle on the Maghery team, but that's a really crucial score for O'Doirnin Blues, isn't it, Paddy?
Yeah, it is. It's a great goal. He hit that ball as hard as he could, and it was straight into the top corner. The keeper had absolutely no chance with it.
And 6 points up at 10 minutes played. These are difficult times for the Maghery men. No doubt they've looked forward to this game for so long, playing the home of armagh-gaa. Gracing the same pitch as the Armagh senior stars to which they aspire. And unfortunately, in the first 10 minutes, things have just gone wrong for them.
Yeah, they just haven't got off to the best of starts, and it's hard for lads at this age, because some of these lads out here could be maybe 16, 17 years of age, and when the thing doesn't go right for you, it's hard to turn it around in the middle of a game. So it'll be a tough task now for them to turn this round.
They need a couple of scores here very, very quickly, or this game may well run away from them. You would fear that. But look, we've seen plenty of comebacks in Armagh TV so far this autumn. So we'll not. Here's number 12, great catch there from PJ McCann, and now that's on to Fergal Trainer. Trainer goes forward. Trainer's trying to get in on the scoring act, and that ball's gone wide. It was a high kick, but slightly inaccurate. So, but again, O'Doirnin Blues, they're really getting the top of midfield, aren't they, Paddy?
Yeah, they're catching a lot of ball there. Most of the kickouts so far, was high fielding from them, and that's probably their stance coming through. They're just knocking them on out of the road and catching it and moving it on straight away.
Labra Shaw, Park Lucas Ardwaha, Neil Shiro wide on and Mahara thus far, and here's PJ McCann has caught that. And there's a free kick about 50 metres from the goal, and it'll be Cormac Toner. I don't think he's going to try it from there. No, he's dropped that in about the house, and very dangerously so. And the goalkeeper it's been dropped down, and that was almost a second goal there for Johnny Conlon. His shot was cleared off the line, and Maghery tried to relieve what seems to be an unending tide of pressure from the lads from Forkhill and Cullaville. But here come Maghery, they're trying to rally the troops, clear the ball forward, and that's gone over the sideline. There was a challenge came in as he was kicking on. I don't think it was an unfair one, Paddy, but the tough tackling of the Forkhill Cullaville men has really been a pattern of this first half. They're a strong side.
They are very strong, but they're kind of just playing on the edge at the minute. They're going into some tackles there that it's borderline at the minute, and the referee seems to be letting them away with it. So they've every right to do it.
And his Cormac Toner again, he's dropped quite deep there, but here's a chance for Maghery now. Daniel Higgins on the ball. They need that's an excellent pass, and that's given an opportunity to Brian Havison with the shots. Oh, and what a magnificent save. Havison struck it very, very well. It looked like it might have been flying towards the top corner, but Gavin McVerry stretched the hand out and deflected it over the bar, and that would have been exactly what Maghery needed. But at least they have the score at this stage. At least they have the score, Paddy.
Yeah, brilliant save by the keeper. Absolutely fabulous save, 1-on-1, and he tipped it over his own crossbar. Couldn't ask anything else from him. Had they got that goal, that was them right back into the game again. But as you say, they got the point out of it, so it's not a complete waste.
Yeah, and fair play to Daniel Higgins. He was the instigator of that particular move. Excellent stuff from him. And Maghery are making a change here. I'm not sure if that's related to injury or whether it's tactical, but I suppose things are going against them. And it looks like number 4, Neil McConville, is going to be withdrawn, and he's going to be replaced by number 18, Jarlath Hendren. So you can understand, you can understand that why they're making the change there, Paddy. I suppose they're just trying to put a bit of life into the Maghery performance, and it's been very difficult against the quality of the forwards in the Doirnin Blues side.
Yeah, completely different class at the minute. And just come back to that substitution there. I would hate to be playing cornerback from a team, Paddy, because if a team seems to get off to a bad start, they seem to take the cornerback off straight away.
Yeah, so all the corner forwards, those two, they're the two danger positions, I tell you, there's I don't want to tell too many yarns here on Armagh TV, but there's the old joke about the corner forward who's struggling at a junior C level, and says the manager tells him to come off at half time, and he remonstrates, saying we've only got the 15, and he said the manager said we should come on off anyway. But never mind about the yarns on Armagh TV. That was Johnny Conlon with the effort, and he wasn't able to add to his goal. And blood sub also too here in the Doirnin Blues team. That's number 18 Cormac Donald is on temporarily for number 12 PJ McCann. PJ McCann's made an excellent start to this match, and he'll be hoping to get back in. I see he's just down there getting a little bit of attention. And don't forget, folks, get the comments in if wherever you're watching this in the world, whether it be New York or Newtown Hamilton. Let us know. Get the comments in on Twitter at Armagh_GAA and the Armagh-GAA Facebook page. Let us know where you're watching it from, what you're thinking of the game. Even if you have any views on the junior match, of course, we're looking forward to on Armagh TV. We had a great game last weekend. Madden the champions, the intermediate champions of Clonmore and Annickmore fighting out for the junior title as the ball breaks down here, and that'll be a free to Doirnin Blues. And the ball's chipped forward there, and it's the danger man. Cormac Toner has it now. He's playing in a bit of a withdrawn role, but he's lighting towards goal at this stage, and Toner's kicked it from way out the field, and that has flown over the bar. And Paddy McCardle for a minor match in the Division 3 final. That was an absolutely fantastic score, wasn't it?
Brilliant score. He just got over the 45-yard line there, and he backed himself, kind of put it on the outside of the boot, and just sailed it over the bar, straight over the black spot. Brilliant score.
But he wasn't in a lot of space there, and if Mario are going to get back into this game, and it's certainly far from impossible. We've seen comebacks, we've been seeing comebacks all autumn, but they're really going to have to cut out that amount of space, aren't they, Paddy?
Yeah, they can't afford to give them that room. It's killing them at the minute. And
here's Toner again. He goes on to the breaking ball there. He's transferred that to Carragher. Carragher's played it over there. It's back now with Coleman, Shea Coleman. He's had to fight off a challenge, but it's still Shea Coleman. He's playing it out. Very patient play here. And now here's the opportunity. That's going to be Fergal Traynor. Traynor on the ball. And Traynor's hit the post. He's hit the post, and that's gone wide. So it really is. It's one-way traffic here with 17 minutes played in the Simply Fruit Division 3 minor final. It's Doirnin Blues 1-4. Maghery 1 point.
Yeah, you can see every time that the Blues get over the halfway line here, they're looking for Shane Carr, they're looking for Cormac Toner, and they're looking for Johnny Conlon. Like every ball seems to be going to them, and they're working their whole scores and basing all their play around them three lads. Yeah,
Greg's a great forward line that the Cullerville Forkhill selection have. And here's it's Mark McCrory, and he's trying to get his Maghery side back into. But that ball played for, but cut out again by that man Cormac Toner. But he's lost possession there, and here comes Michael Gallagher trying to inspire a bit of life into Maghery. Gallagher, that's an excellent pass. That's as far as Ronan Tannison with the opportunity. He's turned exceptionally well. Could have gone for the score. Laid it out there to number 17, Owen Fox. What can Fox do? He's played it out, and a very, very patient play here. Opportunity for Brian Haverin, and here's Tannison, and Tannison chipped it over, and that was a fine score, Paddy McCardle.
It was a fine score. score, but he actually had a goal opportunity on there. You know, if he had just took a second on the ball, he'd have been right on top of the keeper, and he could have just put it into the keeper's left-hand side, into the bottom corner.
Yes, well, I suppose it's so difficult, you know, to make those decisions in a split second, isn't it? You know, at this level, and I'm sure there's an element of nerves involved, you know, on both sides today. But it's certainly Doirnin Blues who settled the better.
Yeah, well, that's it. Regardless of who you are, if you're playing in the final year championship, there's always a bit of nerves. Regardless if you've played 10 or 15 of them before, you'll always have that, you know, wee bit of a, I don't know how to put it, probably the dryness in the mouth and the you know, the sick stomach before you go onto the field. So.
Yeah, well, it's that nervous energy, and I suppose the challenge is, you know, whatever level, is to turn that, you know, some people turn that nervous energy into positive, and some players unfortunately turn into a negative, you know, and it's all about mentality there. As Toners kicked that down, he shipped the challenge as he kicked it, but here come Maghery. They emerge with Jarlath Hendren, who's just been introduced. And he's kicked. Oh, what a magnificent catch there from number 5, Cahill Armstrong. Wonderful stuff there. Cut out the danger. Great claim. We really are. You know, this is a heavy challenge there. But on, I think it was Daniel Higgins, and that ball's been chipped forward. And I tell you what, here's a real chance for Tennyson. Tennyson's transferred it. Oh, and what an interception! Magnificent stuff from Tiernan Thornton. He'd given away a free kick there a minute or so ago. But you know, we talk about the goal that was scored by Johnny Conlon, Paddy. But that interception from Tiernan Thornton, that was every bit as good as a goal, because there would have been a major score for Maghery almost certainly, and he not got back there. Yeah,
well, he was definitely one-on-one with the keeper if he had got that ball, and he got back there, and it was brilliant reading of the game. He just got the hand in, got the ball, and cleared his lane straight away.
It's absolutely fantastic stuff, and you know, really we've been treated an exhibition really here in the first 20 minutes of the athletic grounds by the Cullinville Fork Hills side. You know, they're showing us all the positive attributes of Gaelic football, and there hasn't been a dirty challenge in the game at all. You know, we're seeing the best of Armagh football here today on Armagh TV, Paddy, I would suggest.
Yeah, it's hard hitting, but it's fair. It's, you know, there's nothing dirty, no malice in it, you know, so. It's excellent football from the start, and what I will say is the Blues have played all the football up to now, but you know, there's only 5 points in it, you know, with 20 minutes gone, so maybe Maghery might be happy enough with the way things going at the minute.
And they could have, you know, the 2 points that they've got, you know, there were opportunities for goals, so they could be even closer, you know. I think you're right, you know, there's been enough in the last 5 or 10 minutes to give the Maghery men some hope, but they probably need to get in the game a little more. But Paul McConville will hope to do that. Tall man Paul McConville for a minor. He's heading towards, of course, a couple of John Mackle there. You know, it's strange, you know, some of these lads, Paddy, you know, no doubt that some of them are, you know, very much, you know, the school children, you know, 15, 16. Others of them will actually have started at university over the last month or so. And never mind university, it's the College of Football that we're involved with here in Armagh TV, and Owen Fox almost got that one over the bar, but he wasn't quite able to. And that ball's gone wide and will be kicked out now by Gavin Maghery. And we have a result that we can bring you from the Under-21 Intermediate Football Championship. And unfortunately for the men from Portadown, it's further misery this Sunday. I know they were devastated the way the Intermediate Championship final went last Sunday, and it's been the scoreline from the Under-21 match is Grange 5-13, Chernobyl 11 points. So that's Grange have had some great minor teams and underage teams, Paddy, and they look like a very good Under-21 side.
Yeah, they seem to be churning out the players at the minute, and it's kind of coming through for them at senior level. I know from playing against them once this year, that they've got a good strong side, and they probably were disappointed the way the championship turned out for them, because I know by talking to a few of them, they were kind of setting their sights on a championship final.
Yes, I'm sure they were, and you know, there's a very, very close game. We had an Armagh TV. I think actually that was my commentary debut all those weeks ago, Paddy. And and there was a very, you know, Grange had a chance in the last minute, and only a very, very good save from the Chernobyl goalkeeper put the Grange men out of the Intermediate Championship. But we're here in the Division 3 Minor Championship, and here comes Fergal Traynor. He's got a bit of space. He's going to have an effort, and that, I think, it's a superb point. Yes, it is, and it's been waved over the bar by the umpire. Wonderful stuff from Fergal Traynor. His forays forward from centre half back have been a feature of this first half, and he's put his side into a commanding position. We've played 23 minutes of football in the Simply Fruit Minor Championship, and it's O'Doirnin Blues 1-5 Hena Cooing, and it's Maghery 2 points, won't you? And the ball's been kicked out there, and Maghery tried, it's been flicked on, and it's gone as far as John Mackle. John Mackle's played it up into a bit of space, and here's a real opportunity for Maghery to counter-attack. Mark McCrory on the ball. He's been prominent for Maghery in the early stages. He's going to have a go himself from all of 40 metres, but it's going to drift wide. And that was an opportunity for Maghery to reduce the deficit. And you really think, Paddy, they need to get a score 2 before half time.
Yeah, they'd want to be chipping over a few points now. And young McCrory there probably took the wrong option. He probably should have put that ball into the corner, looked for a man in space, and tried to work it in better instead of shooting from 35-40 yards.
Yeah, possibly. It's a big ask. It's a big. I tell you what, we've seen an awful lot of senior footballers over the last few weeks kick them wide from there, Paddy, and it's a big ask for a minor, I suppose. But we just have a half-time score in here. Latest score in the Ulster Intermediate Hurling, huge game there, and half-time. Excellent news. It's Cuchulain's of Armagh 7 points, and Enniskeane 5 points. Your reaction to that, Paddy? I know you're a big hurling man.
Yeah, well, Cahuillians, they're moving well at the minute, and it was probably, no shock to any of the Cahuillians lads, but I know it was a big shock for Katie getting beat in the final by them, and from playing against them this year again, they're a good strong side, and they'll take a lot of beating in that Ulster.
Yeah, great opportunity, of course, for teams at this time of the year, that have managed to win through their various championships to then go on and test their mettle against the best in Ulster and sometimes beyond. As this will be kicked out now by Gavin Maghery, and then of course in our Simply Fruit Division 1 minor final that we have next weekend between Silverbridge and Drummond. Of course the winners will go on to play in the St Paul's tournament, the Ulster tournament in Belfast in around December and the Christmas time. So something very much to look forward to. And that ball's pumped through and picked up by number 6, John Mackle. John Mackle's having a go here. He's bounced the ball. He's played it out very impressively, with the referees giving a free out to Doirnin Blues. And also Crave Rua in the Ulster Junior Hurling Championship, they lead 2-12 to 2-3 at half time, and they're playing great hurling according to Conor Murphy MP, but they're against the breeze in the second half. So the best of luck to Cuchulain's, and the best of luck to Crave Rua as well, and we hope that they can progress. And Armagh hurling is really on the up at the moment, but football wise, we're here with number 22 Dara Cairns, and he's pumped it in towards the goalkeeper. Very brave goalkeeping there from Owen Robinson. He was out like a flash on top of that, and he certainly had to be, and he's played that ball towards midfield. But again, they're so strong, this Forkhill Cullivill selection. Fergal trainer again, the ball, he got a point there. That was a little ambitious of his effort, but it's going to drop dangerously enough in there, and it'll head out now. It'll head out wide, and we have about 4 minutes to play here in the Simply Fruits Minor Championship, Paddy, and it's been an entertaining. I've certainly enjoyed, not the closest game at the moment, but Maghery aren't out of it. But I've really enjoyed the performance of the Doirnin Blues here in the first half. It's been excellent, hasn't it?
It has. There's a few players catching the eye there, and the likes of Fergal trainer there, centre half back, who come up, and he probably got a wee bit carried away with that shot there. But his last far up the field, he got a point out of it, so probably the confidence is up, and he's mad to get on the ball and get shooting.
Yeah, and here comes Shane Carraher again, and that's what a goal! The ball's in the back of the net. That was an absolutely outstanding shot from Shane Carraher. He was heading forward, he wasn't under too much pressure, he had a bit of a 20 metre or so of a solo run, but when he pulled back the trigger, Paddy, what a shot that was, and the goalkeeper Owen Robinson had no chance, and you suspect that that's a very, very important score.
Oh, absolutely brilliant goal. He took it, and he off the laces, top corner, no chance for the keeper whatsoever. Brilliant score.
And that's caught now here again in midfield, and I think that's Shea Coleman coming forward, and this has been a tremendous performance from the Forkhill Cullivill lads as Shea puts that one wide. And again, that was no commentary of mine can do justice to the superlative shot that was produced there by Shane Carraher. An absolute rocket, and unfortunately, it's a rocket that may have launched Maghery's hopes into outer space really at this stage, because with 27 minutes played, they have it all to do here in this minor championship final. And they won't give up hope. There's 8 points in. I believe in the semi-final of the Division 1 Minor Championship that Cleeby led, I think, Silverbridge by about 11 points at one stage in the about halfway through the game. So certainly at this level, the amount of scores doesn't necessarily. It's not necessarily as big an issue as it is at adult level, but it's more the flow of the play, Paddy. Once a team gets on top, it can be hard to get them back down.
That's the thing, you see, and all the signs that we're seeing so far, how strong Doirnin Blues are, and the way they're playing and their movement off the ball and that.
And that's been exhibited once again by Johnny Conlon. He was the man who got the first goal, and he's added to that with a point, and that was an excellent effort. And you can see, we were told before the match, Johnny Conlon, he's one of 6 players who were involved in the Doirnin Blues team last year that won this Division 3 minor championship, and you can see that they're a big, strong, experienced outfit, and they really have had too much from Maghery so far. But you got the time from Maghery, they'll try to get back into it, and that ball's been pumped forward, and that's number 13 now. It's Paul McConville. He's trying to do his best. He's recycled it out to John Mackle. John Mackle going forward. Mackle's had to turn back. He's under severe pressure from Fergal Rowland, but he's played the ball out there to Michael Fox. Or sorry, no, it's not Michael Fox. Actually, it was Owen Fox rather. Getting my Foxes mixed up. And that ball's been played on, and it's the I was going to say the danger man, but there's been so many. But Shane Carr hasn't. He's a superb first half. He's passed on to Shea Gregory. And Shea Gregory has kicked that ball over the bar. And Shea Gregory has actually been quite quiet in the first half, but he's coming after 29 minutes with a fantastic score. And this really had to say it, at this level with 2 minutes of play of injury time, it's been a really, really impressive performance from Doirnin Blues, Paddy.
It has indeed, and their shot selection and their finishing has been top drawer. I know we've seen a couple of games over the last couple of weeks there, senior games, and the finishing and the shot selection wouldn't be anything compared to what we've seen today.
Oh yeah, they put a lot of senior teams to shame. They really would. The Doirnin Blues outfit, they've had an excellent first half. Their confidence is up, and they're really going out. They're really expressing themselves here, and that ball's picked up by PJ McCann, and he's laid it back out. And Maghery, good tackling there, and they'll have the chance to clear their lines. And unfortunately, that's only gone as far as Shea Gregory, who got the point only moments ago. Shea Gregory's pumped it forward, and that ball will probably be cleared in Maghery. Yes, they're trying to tidy it up. And played almost 1 minute of injury time here in the Simply Fruit Division 3 minor final. And that ball's been scrapped over on the stand side of the pitch, and the Maghery fellas seem to be pushed to the ground. No, the referee hasn't given a foul there, perhaps surprisingly so. But here come Maghery, and that ball's been laid off to Daniel Higgins. Daniel Higgins going forward. He's flowing forward. He's got a man on his right. That's John Mackle, and he's laid it off. And here's an opportunity for Maghery, and unfortunately the kick from Paul McConville has gone wide.
Yeah, I think Daniel Higgins actually could have carried that ball on himself there instead of laying it off. He had beat 2 or 3 men there to get in the position he did, and he fisted it out, with a player alongside him probably in a worse position. Whereas if he had carried it through, it was opening up for him.
Yeah, I suppose it's, shot selection's always such a critical feature of Gaelic football, and it's difficult. I suspect the nerves have a lot to do with the performances today. It is difficult for lads playing the game have looked forward to all week, playing in these surroundings, and it's very much Doirnin Blues in the early stages who have adapted the best, as Brendan Havron, who's got one of the points for Maghery. He was fouled there about 45 metres or so from goal. Havron's tried to pump it in, and that'll be dealt with very effectively by Patrick McGuigan. And of course we have to think back, as Patrick McGuigan just struggles there for a moment. Even though Maghery have been struggling for large phases, the referee blows his half-time whistle. Think back to the fact that they had 2 goal chances that ended up with points, and think back to Tiernan Thornton's crucial interception which saved a goal. But the half-time score is Doirnin Blues 2-7, Maghery 2 points. So stay with us, folks, because we're going to have some analysis from our commentary team for the junior final between Clonmore and Annickmore, Tony Fern and Brenton McCann, and they're just going to join us here, and they're going to go through some of the statistics and the key points from that first half. So I'll hand over to Tony and Brendan.
Thanks very much, Paddy. Just waiting for Brenton to join me here.
Well, Tony, now that's been a very intriguing first half, and we've seen the Doirnin Blues Many of them who are winners of Division 3 medals from last year, showing their confidence and their experience at this level.
Yes, indeed, Brenton, but I think if I was from Maghery, I'd be very disappointed. The effort has been feeble so far. They've had a lot of possession, certainly more than was reflected on their meagre 2-point scoreline. They've had a very poor shot selection. I think it was epitomised there just right at the end of the first half. Paul McConville received a pass in an excellent position about 20 yards from goal, but shot feebly wide, showing a lack of confidence, a lack of self-belief, and really, for all O'Doirnin Blues, great play. And it has been great play, some super scores. The Maghery effort, I'm afraid, has been feeble.
I think that last attack that you mentioned there, Tony, is critical. Like, that was an opportunity for Maghery to get a major score just before the break. Kieran Higgins was on the 14, just to the left of the goal, in an acre of space, but instead of a shot selection, a pass would have been the better solution there for Maghery. And I suppose that shows that were some of the problems that they're experiencing against the Doirnin Blues in the first half. But who would from watching the game, who do you think has been the main players for Doirnin Blues? Like, for example, I noted myself just Shane Carricker there, who has been involved in a lot of industry and attack, and also had that cracker goal.
Yeah, I think all over the field, Brenton, have been superior. They seem to be physically stronger, practically man for man. But as you say, Shane Carr's got 1-2. Johnny Conlon up in the corner's got 1-1. Very impressed with the centre halfback, Fergal Trainer. But really, I can't identify a weakness in the O'Doirnin Blues team. Every man has done his job. But I just wonder, to what extent is it their total superiority, or just the paucity of effort and ability, you'd have to say, coming from Maghery?
Another point there, I suppose, as well, will be that there is a breeze here at the Athletic Grounds today, going from right to left. How much of an input will that actually have in the second half? And will we see some sort of a comeback from the Maghery men?
Well, we saw last week Crossmaglen led by 7 at half time against St Paul's. St Paul's got it back to 3, but couldn't sustain the effort throughout the second half, and Crossmaglen ran out easy winners. I have to say, breeze or no breeze, from the evidence of the first half, I cannot really see any comeback from Maghery at all, and I really would fear for an embarrassing scoreline here unless they steady the ship to some degree.
How much is experience worth at the minor level, Tony? Coming here today, playing the Athletic Grounds before a county final crowd, how much does that play a part?
Oh, it has to be invaluable. I think there's 6 players in the Doirnin Blues side were here not only to experience it last year, but to win last year. And that experience is something you can't buy. Maybe just I'm being a wee bit too critical of Maghery from that respect. O'Doirnin Blues represent 2 clubs. Maybe Maghery, a rural club, just don't have the resources to match a 2-club amalgamation at this level.
Well, one thing I'm sure Tony will both acknowledge from playing against Maghery sides in the past, that they've always had tremendous spirit within their team. So I'd expect them to come out in the second half with renewed vigour.
Well, if the management team can sort of inject some sort of pride or incentivise them in some way, Brenton. But as I say, from the evidence of the first half, it's been one-way traffic, and I would fear it's going to be an embarrassing scoreline. Hopefully I'm wrong.
What about the performance of the referee in that first half then, Ruan McKinstry from St Paul's?
Well, the old saying goes, if the referee's anonymous, he's having a good game. I can't recall one controversial decision disputed by either team, so I haven't really noticed him, Brenton. I suppose that's as a good a praise as anything that a referee can expect.
So it's certainly been a dominant first half period for the O'Doirnins, and their management team of Martin Waters, Eugene McCrink, Barry Waters and Tommy McDonald and Hugh Carricker. What will they be saying to their boys with such a strong advantage at the break, do you think?
Well, all you can say is it's been a flawless performance. Keep it going. Obviously you take nothing for granted. Bigger leads than this have been recovered, as we well know, from 1998, but all you can say is well done, lads. Keep it going.
And I see the Maghery men have got 2 substitutes out here at half time warming up. Is that a sign of things to come?
Well, again, I think they need to do something. The main difference in the first half, apart from the territorial advantage enjoyed by O'Doirnin Blues, is Maghery have to work so much harder to create chances, and then invariably not taking the chances. But it seems to be with a paucity of effort that O'Doirnin Blues are able to weave patterns through the Maghery defence. Their attackers seem to be in space and seem to have time to take the scores all the time, in contrast with Maghery.
So we look forward then to a second half here, and hopefully we'll see Maghery come back with a spirited challenge and make a game of it in the second period. But at this stage, I suppose at half time, we're looking at O'Doirnin Blues with a 2-7 to 2 points lead. And here on Armagh TV, I suppose we'll be back very soon for the second period. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing this section of the show, Tony?
Well, just endorse your comments, Brent. We don't want to see a one-sided final. Both teams have worked hard. The players have trained hard. Their relatives, their parents, their supporters are in the stadium. We'd like to see. We're sure Maghery are better in this scoreline, and would like to see them do themselves justice in the second half.
Well, there you go. That's the half-time break here. We'll be back with our commentary team who have given such excellent service in the first half very shortly, as the teams will re-emerge for the second period of this Division 3 minor final between Maghery and Doirnin Blues. We'll be straight back.
Program, would all supervisors please make radio contact with the control room? All supervisors please make radio contact with the control room.
Turns. same set, we should be taking another hour off. Alright, Jerry, no problem.
You happy enough?
Fógra tá athrú an beagéimeada ó Maghery ag Leatháma. Tá recruiting Bertha Maghery is the inis in Algebra 3 Dara Conwell. On the Sean McDermott's team, number 15 Ben Cooley has replaced number 3 Darren McConville at half time.